The world's a dangerous place. Get the industry's original and most trusted laser sighting system from Crimson Trace. A laser and light systems will enhance your effectiveness and help keep you and your family out of harm's way.
I'm a gun owner.
Your views, advice, and questions are the driving force of Gun Talk.
I don't think that guns are scary things.
Visit us online at www.guntalk.com. Call Tom now at 866-TALK-GUN, 866-825-5486. Let us know what you think about the gun-related issues of the day. Now, back to Gun Talk.
A lot of things going on, a lot of things in the news. We're hearing an awful lot about, viruses, Ebola, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And what's that have to do with guns? Well, actually, maybe a little bit. Those of us who are gun owners, a lot of us at least, not all, but a lot of us, tend to be, at least want to be self-reliant. Whether or not we actually are is a whole different deal. You can talk about that. But we want to be prepared. We want to take steps to take care of ourselves. I guess the way we put it is, we don't depend entirely on others to take care of ourselves, which doesn't mean we're going to turn down help, and we don't want, government to be involved in things. Yes, I'd like to be involved in terrorism, anti-terrorism efforts, and yes, I'm going to do what I can to take care of myself. Part of that is just having the right information and having the right gear. Well, where do you go for that? Well, let me bring in a very good friend of ours, longtime visitor here, Pete Brownell from Brownells, the great website, the great catalog outfit. How you doing, Pete?
I'm doing great. Good afternoon, guys.
I'm glad to have you here. By the way, I guess we ought to also at least mention that you're also on the NRA board, and a glutton for punishment is what you are. Actually, you're doing great work there, my friend.
Right. Well, thank you. It's really something we all should participate in, making sure Second Amendment's still alive and well practiced in America. So we're trying to do our part. Yeah,
we've been talking. We actually had NSSF on last hour talking about this election. We got 9 days, the midterms. It's a big deal, isn't it?
And amazing. It came up pretty quick, actually. I feel a little unprepared with. We'll talk about preparedness today. I'm a little unprepared politically, but.
Well, talk about preparedness, because traditionally Brownells has been originally a supplier to gunsmiths, tools and supplies and that kind of thing. And then, over the years, it kind of expanded to consumers, and we buy our ammo now, and we get our parts, and we can get accessories. And then just recently, I don't know how long this has been, but just recently I'm saying that you have like medical kits and pandemic kits. And where did that come from?
There's a natural progression of listening to our customer, and they were saying, well, what do you have for solar? Are you guys looking for any kind of water purification? And people were just asking, where can I get this stuff? So we continued to kind of build this collection of products that we were slowly salting in over about a year ago. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, it just made sense to say, let's go out and be real aggressive and decisive about preparedness. A lot of customers were asking about it, and we were seeing things in the marketplace even a year ago when the AR market was going through the roof. We saw that there was something underneath all of that drive or that big spike. There was something underneath in the psyche of Americans that said, we just want to take care of ourselves. We also saw that across the United States, there's all but one region now that has the right to carry a firearm, a concealed carry.
Right.
All except D.C. And that's going to fall here hopefully soon.
That's right. That's coming pretty soon, yeah. So what I hear you saying is that people, the mindset is, I'm going to take care of myself. Women are saying, I'm not going to let people pat me on the head and say, there, lady, don't worry about it, we'll take care of you. Everybody is saying, I'm going to take care of me and my family, not just with guns, but really almost in all things, right?
In all things, right. There's always, I want to be safe. I want to make sure my family's safe. And that includes water and food and shelter and faith and all the things that you need to make sure that you are in charge of your immediate environment. We want to be that group and that company that helps give that end user or that customer or that person the right information and good quality products, because We want them to work when we need them. So that's what we've done. We've taken a lot of the expertise and skill sets that we've had from us using it just as individuals, rolled it into picking the best products out there, make sure that they're going to work, and offering them up and in simple one stock number solutions. Because
I'm looking
to cut through all the noise out there.
Well, it is, because, I mean, it's like putting together a good first aid kit. Yeah, you can go build one yourself, but how do you know you're getting the good stuff? Wouldn't you rather have somebody who knows what he's doing put together the kit for you?
Right.
And that's what you've done.
To be prepared, you can't think that's what we've done, and that was the mandate to the team was people out there who have never been in a really tough situation. We've all been stuck on the side of the road. We know what we need. Mm-hmm. But floods usually don't come around a lot. Tornadoes usually don't wipe out a community year after year. Mm-hmm. And we rarely have the kind of scare we're talking about right now, which is this Ebola scare. Right. So people they don't know how to prepare for that. So we've taken the time to cut through all of the noise out there. And there's some good voices, but it's difficult to say, well, then where do I go get it? And usually you run down to the store, the hardware store, and you go through a checklist. You don't have it all. Where are you going to put it? So we try to make it really simple and just one stock number for the basic stuff, be that a tornado box, a flood box, the go bags in your car, your office. We don't try to get everything in it, just the things that are critical that you won't be able to find in those times of need. And this most recent one is this pandemic kits that we're rolling out.
Yeah, pandemic kits. I mean, and people are concerned. And so, it's one of those deals, if it gives you peace of mind, then that in and of itself is a big value. If you say, okay, because one of the reasons that people get all exercised about this is they think, I don't know what to do about this, or there's nothing I can do about this. And what you've done, Pete, is said, yeah, there is something you can do about this. Here's a kit, and here's information, and you can get this, and at least you have done something. And that gives people a lot of peace of mind.
Right, it does. And you're doing something for your neighborhood as well. Because if you can, in this case, say it's the pandemic stuff, if you can stay healthier longer, you're not putting pressure on the local hospitals, you can help your neighbors, you can do a lot more than just say, I'm going to lock the doors and hunker down. That's not what preparedness is. It's about making sure that your local society, your local neighborhood can make it through those times when the power's out. I know in Brownells this winter we will have a power outage. I also know with the stuff I have that I'll be able to, go over and help my neighbors, entertain themselves with cards or some other types of games, because that's how you start to think about it. You're out here at the end of the world here in Brownell, Iowa. Well,
and down where I am, we know that any given year we're going to have a hurricane. It's going to knock us offline. We could have flooding, and you got to have a kit ready to go for that kind of stuff too. It's just, and you do tailor your kit for where you live, don't you?
Right. So that's part of the research in the one stock number, one answer, because you don't want to go around with your little checklist in the rainstorm. I've been in a hurricane. You want to grab whatever you're getting and get in your car and head away. And you don't want to stop there and think, did I forget this, or did I get that, or did I get these little things that add to safety and comfort when you're getting into a safer zone or a safer place. Same thing with tornado. That siren goes off, you got 15 seconds.
Yeah.
You don't got time to
right.
look for your flashlights and your candles.
Exactly. Hey, Pete, hold on a second here. I've got to take a quick break. We'll come back. We're going to talk a little bit more about this, about some guns and shooting matches and some of the other things that Brownells have been up to, and some things you can learn from Brownells, because they've become not just a product center, but an education center. A lot of cool stuff going on around there. We're talking with Pete Brownell. If you'd like to join the conversation, 866-TALK-GUN will get you in. I'm Tom Gresham, and this is Gun Talk.
In the war on terror, fighting crime in the streets, in competition and homes around the world, one name in firearms stands out: Sig Sauer. Our pistols and rifles are renowned for their unfailing performance. This same commitment to excellence can be found in our line of SigTac accessories and the training offered by the Sig Sauer Academy. For unmatched quality, reliability, and innovation when it counts, choose Sig Sauer. Visit SigSauer.com today.
Hi, I'm Tom Gresham. For more than 40 years, I've been watching an environmental disaster in my backyard, and it actually impacts all sportsmen in America. I'm talking about the massive loss of land on the Louisiana coastline. The U.S. Geological Survey said the swamps and marshes of coastal Louisiana are among the nation's most fragile and valuable wetlands. That land is disappearing. The Mississippi River Delta hosts as many as 10 million ducks and geese every winter. These are birds which migrate northward through the states, all the way to Canada. The wetlands of the Delta support some of America's best fresh and saltwater fishing. And here's the deal. The wetlands of the Mississippi River Delta are disappearing at a rate of 1 football field every hour. 1 football field every hour. Gone. We can reconnect the river with its wetlands and restore the Delta, but we need your help. Please visit vanishingparadise.org. That's vanishingparadise.org.
Weather can affect your shot. Extreme cold, extreme hot, no matter what, Australian Outback Ammo has you covered. Ammunition loaded to shoot the same spot every time. And now Australian Outback offers 300 blackout with loads from a 125 grain bullet to a 220 grain subsonic load. Check it out at outbackammo.com.au. outbackammo.com.au.
Want your next gun purchase to be fast and hassle-free? Well, at galleryofguns.com, you can search through thousands of models from our huge firearms inventory. Find a great offer from a local dealer that includes all fees and taxes. And there's no need to arrange a transfer. Gallery of Guns takes a small deposit on your credit card, and your gun will be at your chosen dealer in as little as 48 hours. Plus, your gun will be covered by our guaranteed lifetime replacement warranty. Galleryofguns.com. Search, find, buy. It really is just that easy.
Alien Gear Holsters, the most comfortable and concealable holsters on the planet, offers big savings with our new 2-holster combo. Buy 2 complete holsters for as little as $49.88. Choose from any available holster style for the guns of your choice. Alien Gear holsters are made right here in the USA and include a 30-day trial, forever warranty, and free shell trades for life. Visit aliengearholsters.com.
What do I have? He said, you got a green-winged teal and a pintail. I said, now we get somewhere. I could take you to the very spot I was standing and said, look, they were right there. I was about 11 years old. I've been chasing them ever since. Where there's design, there is a designer. We were designed to kill ducks. Mossberg, built rugged, proudly American, just like us.
All right, back with you. We're talking with Pete Brownell from Brownells, brownells.com. If you're interested in taking a look at these kits we're talking about, first aid kits, emergency kits, and now pandemic kits at brownells.com. It's all right there. Pete, you guys have become kind of the go-to place, not just for products, but also you're doing a lot about education. You got a lot of tons and tons of videos and information on the site. It's incredible.
Right.
You know, having the gear... I think we had a bad phone there. Let's see. Let me. You guys check in with Pete, find out what's going on there. Let me know when we've got him back on a decent phone. Jim, let me know. Check in, just see what we're doing. Punch in on Pete, see what's going on. I think we had one of those weird. You ever have that weird sound on the cell phone, and all of a sudden it sounds like you're in an echo chamber, or somewhere between an echo chamber and feedback? It's kind of a weird deal here. Okay, we're going to call him back. I was talking about having the gear, and this has kind of been one of the things that we've done at Gun Talk with the Guns and Gear TV show, the Gun Talk TV show, all the online videos we do. Having the gear is not enough. How many times have I said you have to have training? You have to know how to use it. So just having the gear is not nearly enough. We got Pete back here. And Pete, I was just saying, having the gear is not enough. You have to know how to use it. That's why we talk training and why you guys are putting out all this information now.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. We want to make sure that people are well informed when they first get their kit, or want to improve their shooting or improve their firearm or use something in the field like this like all of these preparedness products we're putting out, and run archery as well. So we want to make sure everybody has a good understanding of how to use the products in the field. And that's what we try to do. My grandpa started that, 60 years ago with gunsmith kinks and all kinds of intelligence that he brought from the industry and brought it right back into products or intel, the books that he used to write. Now we're doing videos, and it's all good and all ready to make sure that the customer has all the information they need.
And you guys are selling ammo. For those, I know people say, Brownell sells ammo? Oh yeah. You got like every kind of ammo available now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we tend to be kind of, when we go deep into a product line like ammunition, we tend to be real serious about making sure it's the right good stuff, that we have a good offering for everybody, because shooting in the South over water, you do something a little bit different when you're up here shooting pheasant and quail. So we just want to make sure you got the right ammo for the right competition, the right hunts, and we've just expanded as our customers' needs expand. We just continue to expand our product offering and always tagging it with good quality information as well.
All right, you mentioned competition. I got to at least mention, next week I'm going to Covington, Georgia for the Brownells Lady 3-Gun event, the first national Pro-Am, all-women, all-female 3-gun event. That is such a cool idea.
Yeah, it is. There's been a lot of really good shooters out there in the past. Kay Miklik, I tell you, she's a heck of a shot, and she's trained and schooled a lot of us boys, and now she's, through her almost personal dynamic presence, a lot of the women that want to compete have gone kind of followed in her shadows and started this 3-gun competition. We're all behind it. It's great.
Yeah, and Brownell's title sponsor, Kay will be there. Of course, her daughter Lena will be there. Lisa Marie, the match director, are going to be there. I'm not competing, just in case people were getting a little bit confused. It is truly an all-women's event, but we'll be taking the TV crew there, and we're going to be documenting that for our Gun Talk television show while we're there, and having some fun in the process, because it's different when you have an all-woman squad. The shooting is the same. The conversations are different and more dynamic and more wide-ranging, which is not to say that us, we guys are a little bit shallow, but Pete, sometimes we guys are a little bit shallow sometimes.
Sometimes it's all about the target for us, and there's so much more to learn if you just sit back and listen. And I encourage everybody who's been out there in the traditional firearms market for a while, selling or helping or shooting, to invite their wife or their girlfriend or their neighbors out, because it's something for everybody.
Well, all the research from NSSF and NRA and everybody says when the wife or the mother starts shooting, the entire family goes shooting. Absolutely. And I want my daughter to be well trained. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Confidence increases, school scores increase. There is so much more about being confident with yourself, and a very good vehicle for that is learning how to shoot and going out and competing. You mentioned
she comes away a much stronger person. That's what I want.
Exactly. You mentioned scores. It's interesting. I was talking to somebody at a college and they have shooting team and they have scholarships for shooters. And they said, but we never give a full scholarship to a shooter. I said, well, that doesn't sound right. What's that about? I said, because if they're a competitive shooter and they can get on our team, they already qualify for an academic scholarship. It's just like all shooters qualify for academic scholarships, because the discipline that comes from being a competitive shooter means you will have discipline throughout your life and you will already be a good student. I just thought that was fascinating.
Right. Yeah. We see it all the time. When people come out to the range for first shot programs that we're putting on, or we go out and help support a first shots, or some of these Boy Scouts or Royal Ranger programs, we see a lot of confident people coming off the range with just a morning of instruction and discipline, and we see great growth. And this is the outcome of it, is a all-women's 3-gun.
Exactly. How cool is it? And so you're going to have a lot of women there, and some of them are bringing their daughters. So it's going to be mothers and daughters shooting together. It's just going to be fun. We're going to do a lot of fun with this, have fun with it on TV. Pete, what's going on with black rifles now? Because I know the market was crazy up and then down. And where are we these days with the sale of modern sporting rifles?
Okay, so the modern sporting rifle, we have what we see is like you're just saying, a big spike up and a big drop off. There are some fantastic deals to be made out there right now. If you're into accessorizing your AR-15 or even buying another AR-15, the prices are getting, I would say, at all-time lows right now.
Right. And
that's going to be good, again, for the person who wants to continue to expand their safe of AR-15s. Now, what we have, we see a big accessorization going on right now. Optics,
exactly.
Mag pull, all the mag pull stuff's getting put on there. All the accessories that will make that firearm personal to you. It's happening right now. Now we have a whole bunch of specials going on that are phenomenally good. We also have been working with a gun factory to get some stripped lowers at an extremely good price. So we have a couple of products out there that, so here's an example of what I'm talking about. We have a strip lower for basically $49. That lower
That's crazy.
Last year cost $170. Yeah.
And you've got this black rifle event going on at Brownells.com. And so there are all kind of super deals going on there. So everybody that already bought their rifles, now they need to accessorize them and trick them out and have fun. And that's going to be what a lot of people are doing. Pete, I don't know if you're going out to the ladies' 3-gun. If you are, I'll see you there. And if not, I will see you at least at SHOT Show, man.
We will.
All right, sounds good. And listen, thank you so much. Always a pleasure. Pete Brownell from Brownells. Check it out, brownells.com, for the pandemic kits, the emergency kits, water, purification, whatever you need. And obviously, you got to check out their Black Rifle Basics, Black Rifle event. Pretty cool stuff going on, all kinds of accessories. $49 for a lower? Can't wait for that one to pop up. All right, 866-TALK-GUN. Give me a holler.
One of Talker Magazine's 100 most important radio talk show hosts in America. You're listening to Gun Talk, heard every week at this time on great radio stations across America. Stay tuned. Gun Talk is coming right back. Covering all aspects of gun ownership every week on this fine radio station. You're listening to Gun Talk with Tom Gresham.
All right, back with the Tom Gresham here. 866-TALK-GUN will get you in here. Talk about a lot of different things, but we really have a kind of a recurrent theme or an ongoing theme of safety. I've got an email I got to read to you in just a minute. But first, let's get Bill in here on line 2 out of Liberty, Missouri. Hello, Bill. You're on Gun Talk.
Hey, Tom, I was at a shooting range the other day. I bought me a Smith & Wesson Shield, and I just had to stop and try it out before I got home. And there was 2 guys there fighting in deer rifles, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
What was going on?
These 2 gentlemen were shooting some high-powered rifles with no ear protection and no eye protection.
Wow. Was this a public range? What was the situation there?
It was a conservation range where you're just kind of on your own to go and shoot,
Right. Well, I don't know how people don't know about hearing protection, but I guess there are still people who think, well, we're only going to fire a few shots, not understanding that even one shot diminishes your hearing for the rest of your life somewhat. So you need to be wearing hearing protection every time you pull the trigger.
Well, when I got ready to go, I just went over to them and I said, hey, guys, I just want to mention something to you. I said, how much money would it take for you to sell your eyes and your hearing? I said, you guys are gambling pretty high here.
Did they get it?
Oh, yeah, this one guy said, yeah, my ears are starting to hurt me now, So,
oh, man. When your ears start to hurt, you are losing your hearing. And I mean, I want people to understand, we're not losing our hearing for an hour. We're actually damaging our hearing for the rest of our lives. We're starting to lose something, and you can't get it back. Not that kind of hearing damage. So You know what, Bill? I got an idea for you. Something I've started doing is I bought a great big bag of foam earplugs. And you can either get them at gun stores. You could also get them at hardware stores, Home Depot type places. And I just carry a bunch of earplugs in the car with me and hand them out like candy.
Yeah.
You know, just a thought. But look, I appreciate you being willing to walk over and try to help them out. You know, that's, you know, what are you going to do? I mean, you can only help people so much. Yes, I appreciate the call, sir. Let's go talk to Calvin on line 4. He's in Arkansas. Hey, Calvin, thank you for your patience. How are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. How can I help you?
I've got a 25 semi-automatic, and I'm thinking about changing the barrel on it. I'd like to know if I could put a 4-inch longer barrel than that 2-inch that's on it.
Well, what kind of pistol is it?
Somewhere. The gun's made somewhere in New York.
Well, that's not enough information. You have a 25, a little 2-inch barrel, 25, and you want to put a 4. I mean, is there a 4-inch barrel? Do you know somebody that makes a 4-inch barrel for that gun?
I have no idea. That's the reason I'm calling.
Well, I mean, I would. All right. The chances are extremely low, as in almost guaranteed not possible, that somebody's going to make a 4-inch barrel. This is a semi-auto 25 caliber, right?
Right.
Yeah. No. Buy a gun with a longer barrel. I mean, is the short version. No, you're not going to be able to. More than likely, you're not going to find somebody who's making a 4-inch barrel for a gun that was originally a 2-inch barrel 25. I don't think that's going to happen. If you want a longer barrel pistol, I would suggest you buy one. And besides, the pistols being made today are just so good, it's unbelievable. So I wish you luck with it. Thank you, Calvin. I got to read this email I got. I want you to check this out. All right, let me see here. This is from Chris. Chris says, thought I'd share a quick story with you. On a father and son outing, we stopped in a gun store, which we do on occasion, mostly just looking. They had a rifle on the rack that my son really wanted to shoulder. So the salesman took it down, visually inspected the mag well, racked the bolt back, did a visual, and then handed it to my son. My son went through the motions, pushed the mag release, though there was no mag, inspected the mag well, and visually inspected the chamber, then went on to proceed to shoulder the rifle, etc. The salesman asked my son why did he do all of that when he had just seen that the salesman had done that in front of him. This is where it says, this is where I got that father instinct to protect him. But without missing a beat, his son said, my dad taught me to do that and to always remember rule number 1. Now you remember that rule number 1 is all guns are always loaded. The salesman went over near the back wall and presented my son with a simple sample of gun lube as a token of appreciation, with a smile that said, attaboy, and gave me an approving wink. It may be overkill, but this is something I taught myself, passed on to my son, and always when I have the opportunity to share with others. Always remember rule number 1, even if you're in a gun store and a gun salesman hands you a weapon. Chris, I know you are a proud father. You're doing the right thing, man. And for everybody else, I know the guy just checked it. He hands you the gun. Consider it part of being polite, part of making sure that other people understand that you are sharp, aware, focused, that you are going to check a gun. When somebody hands you a gun, you're going to check it. If he just checked it, fine. And here's the deal. If I have a gun, I'm going to let you handle it. I'm going to open the action, I'm going to look in it, and I'm going to hand it to you with the action open. When you get it, I fully expect you to look in the action and make sure that it's clear. When you hand it back to me, I'm going to look in the action and make sure that it's clear. I'm not trying to offer any kind of comment on you. I'm not dissing you in any way. It's simply that I would expect you to do it. You expect me to do it. And I guess where I'm going with this is, if you want to be looked upon as a knowledgeable, sharp, safe gun owner, shooter, hunter, you'll do that. And while I'm on the subject of hunting, we all learned this in hunter safety classes. Let's talk fences for just a second. Think, well, I'm just going to cross this fence. Yes, I know. Please, just as a favor to me, please, unload your gun, put it on the ground. Yes, it's going to get dew on it. Yes, it might get dirt on it. It's okay. It'll wipe off. Cross the fence, then get your gun, pick it up, check the action, make sure nothing's gotten inside there, then reload the gun and go on your way. Don't lay a loaded gun, don't prop it up against a fence. Things fall down. Gravity is always at work. There's no reason to cross a fence with a loaded gun. And a lot of people, there have been accidents, okay? Think about this stuff. When you go hunting, when you go shooting, there's only one priority. It's not to check out the rifle. It's not to get the gun sighted in. It's not to shoot faster than the other guy. It's not to shoot better scores. It's not to get more ducks. It's not to get that big buck. That's not the priority. There's only one priority, and that's to come home safe and sound. Everything else goes into second or third place behind that. Same with driving. That's a whole different subject. Getting there on time is not the priority, although you wouldn't believe it by watching some people out there. Holy cow. So, here we go. I tell you what, let's do this. We'll take a quick break here. We have room for you. We've got some people on hold. We're going to get to you. Don't go anywhere. We'll get a lot of calls here. We have some room for everybody at this point. 866-TALK-GUN will get you in here. Trying to get you to think in terms of safety. First, last, always. If you can't do it safely, don't do it. Simple as that. What's your gun safety story? I bet you have one. Yeah, it's okay. You can tell us. It's just us here. 866-TALK-GUN.
The Smith & Wesson Bodyguards. Carry more comfortably. Walk more confidently. When it comes to personal protection, nothing beats a Bodyguard. Choose the lightweight, compact, and concealable Bodyguard 380 pistol or the Bodyguard 38 revolver, both with a built-in laser sight. The Smith & Wesson Bodyguards. Carry more comfortably. Walk more confidently.
What's that?
It's my Trijicon.
What's a Trijicon?
Only the best rifle scope in the world.
Says who?
How about the U.S. Marine Corps, Special Forces, Navy SEALs? You heard of these guys?
Sure.
Well, they're all using Trijicons.
Let me see it. Wow, this is really sharp.
And a lot of professional hunters are using Trijicon, too. You probably caught it on some TV and radio shows.
Yeah, I have heard some of them swear by their Trijicon.
I swear by it.
You know, I could have been a Navy SEAL.
Well, the closest you're going to get now is buying a Trijicon.
Hey.
Trijicon is the brand of rifle scopes that more and more hunters are swearing by. That's because every Trijicon is handcrafted using the finest optic materials. The bright aiming point can guarantee you a great hunt from dawn to dusk. Get your Trijicon at a dealer near you or visit them on the web at Trijicon.com. That's Trijicon.com. Trijicon. Brilliant aiming solutions.
If you're looking for a safe and trusted way to sell your firearms, look no further than Dury's Gun Shop. I trusted them to sell my dad's collection. They built their business for over 50 years on honesty and customer service. Dury's Guns will buy any size collection or estate, none too big or too small. Selling your firearms to Dury's Guns is easy. Go with the pros. I trust Dury's Guns. DurysGuns.com.
The .45 Auto, also known as the 1911, is the standard other defensive pistols are measured against. No matter what pistol you carry, techniques developed around the 1911 are vital. You know you need training, and you know your concealed carry class definitely was not training. Now Gun Talk presents an exciting DVD, Fighting with the 1911 with Tiger McKee. Tiger's unique training style will have you drawing, moving, shooting, and running your gun better, no matter what style pistol you prefer. At ShopGunTalk.com, you can order our DVDs of Tiger's instruction. ShopGunTalk.com also has a 2-DVD set, including Concealed Carry 1. Get both for the information you know you need. This really is life and death. ShopGunTalk.com has DVDs, books, and other essential gear. ShopGunTalk.com. That's ShopGunTalk.com.
Springfield Armory presents the Gear Up promotion. Until October 31st, customers who purchase any new Springfield Armory pistol can sign up to receive 3 additional magazines and a free double bag pouch by visiting gearup.springfield-armory.com. That's a value of up to $135. XDs, XDMs, the XDS, and all 1911s. To learn about all the Springfield Armory firearms, go to springfield-armory.com.
All right, back with you. This is for Louise. Louise called in and said, hey, you keep teasing this thing about the safety at the range, so let's talk about it already. Okay, Louise, you're right. I keep interrupting myself. I was at the range. Now, this is a hunting club that I recently joined. They just have a simple little range. It's not a public range. There's no range officer. It's just a bench, basically. I was out there yesterday and walked up to it. I was going to just check my rifle and make sure it's sighted in for this season. And there's a family there, father, son, 2 boys, or father and mother and 2 boys. And I hate telling this story, but one of the boys was downrange, putting up target, comes back, and as he is coming back, running back, I hear the dad rack the slide of his pistol, pointed downrange, downrange where the sun is. Son gets back. I watch the son shoot, the father shoot a little bit. Then the mother's going to shoot a pistol, and clearly not comfortable, not conversant with this pistol. It's loaded. Can't figure out where the safety is. Can't work the action. Can't get it to go off. Muzzle is going in various directions. I offer to help. Then ignored. I'm kind of watching this whole thing, and these 2 boys are probably 8 and 10, 9, 11, something like that, and they're bouncing around the place. And I just, at that point, said, I need to be somewhere else. I don't want to, maybe nothing's going to happen, probably nothing's going to happen, but something sure could, because these are not safe gun practices. I don't want to be here whenever what happens is going to happen. Question for you. In that situation, having offered to help, there's nobody else, just the 4 of them and me there. Don't want to embarrass the father in front of the sons. And, people would say, it's not your business. Is there something else I could have done? Is there something else I should have done? What do you think? Because I sat there and thought about it for a couple of minutes, thinking, well, no, and he's presenting himself as the expert. And he's explained to them why the .40 caliber is this massive cartridge, and that's why it's blowing big holes in the target over there. Well, yeah. Uh-huh. And finally just realized, okay, it's time for me to go. What would you have done? 866 Talk Gun. I'd like to get your take on it. Was there, I keep thinking, maybe there was something else I could have done, or maybe I should have done. I don't know. And I'm looking for ideas on that one. Maybe you can help me out. I hate to leave an unsafe situation, but also I don't want to be in the middle of an unsafe situation either. It's kind of a balancing act there. 866 Talk Gun. In this case, what would you do? Help me out. Be right back.
Gun Talk stands for safety, personal responsibility, and common courtesy. To be a part of the show, call 1-TOM-TALK-GUN. Gun Talk will be right back.
Back with the 866-TALK-GUN. We'll get you in here. Let's see here. Let's go to Mike on line 2 out of Alaska. Hey, Mike, how are you? Mike, you there?
Yes, sir. Thank you. My question has to do, I've been seeing quite a few of these 80% ARs advertised. Mm-hmm. There's even one company that will sell you the jigs so you can drill the holes in precisely the correct spots. Mm-hmm. Okay, the deal is, when they sell you this chunk of aluminum, technically it's not a gun.
That's
and they're
correct.
right. Therefore, it does not have to be registered. It doesn't have a serial number, etc. Well, my question is, once I drill the holes, put a barrel on it, etc., it now is a gun. Therefore, does it now require a serial number?
Not if you are going to use it for yourself. It only has to have, my understanding about this, it only needs a serial number if you plan to distribute it. That is, give it to someone or sell it to someone. But if it's for you alone, you're making it for yourself, then no, it doesn't have to have a serial number on it.
That is wonderful news. I'm going to have an AR-10 soon.
Let me ask you a question. Why would that be attractive to you, to have a gun without a serial number?
Primarily for me, I'm looking at it from a cost standpoint. I can pick and choose from Brownells, etc., what barrel, for example, what stock, sights, you name it.
But you can still do that with the serialized lower.
Pardon me?
You can still buy a lower, an AR lower that has a serial number on it and do all of that same thing. So what's the advantage, what's the attraction of having one without a serial number?
Two things. One, cost. Two, nobody knows you got it.
Okay. Now, I just heard Pete Brownell on the show here a little bit earlier say that Brownells is going to have a $49 AR lower. That will be a serialized lower. So I don't know if you're getting, you would be able to get an 80% cheaper than that. But also, of course, once you build your 80% AR, from my understanding, you can't sell it and you can't give it to anyone. I get some people say, I just don't want anybody to know. Okay, cool. I guess at this point, I feel like, man, if you've bought a gun anytime, ever, from a dealer, ever, they know you have guns. So I'm still, Frank, look, I appreciate the call. I'm still working on the why, on the 80% lower. And I'm sure there's somebody who could explain it to me and say, okay, Tom, you've missed this important aspect of it. Okay, cool. I'm sure I have. But I'm willing to learn. But if you could explain to me what the attraction is, or what it is to you, I mean, why? If you could buy an AR lower serialized for $49, $50, and you can make your own AR that way, and now you have a gun that you could sell or give, versus when you can't, man, people say, I just don't want people to know I've got it. Okay, cool. I don't know. Is the horse already out of that barn? If you have been buying guns for a while and, there's 4473 paperwork out there, I'm curious. I'm not saying it's bad, it's good, I don't have a position on it. I'm just wondering, what is the motivation? And I get gunsmithing is fun, but when you build an AR, you're gunsmithing. The only extra thing you're doing to the lower, a non-serialized lower, is you're drilling a few holes in it, and then the rest of it you're just putting together an AR like you would if you bought a serialized one. That's the only difference. So, I'm just curious to see what everybody's take is on that. What motivates you? Tell you what, when we come back, let's talk about things to put on your personal defense handgun that will make all the difference. How to save your life.
No black helicopters here, just the facts about gun rights and gun ownership. This is Gun Talk.